It's another top of the turf, this time the top Kentucky Oaks contenders. And, you know, it's early on in the year, so we'll see how this plays out over the next few months leading into the Kentucky Oaks on the day before the Kentucky Derby. But I'm going to start out with number 5, Tenma. This filly wound up her 2-year-old season, giving Bob Baffert his 8th consecutive and 11th overall win in the Starlet out at Los Alamitos. That was the 3rd win in 4 career starts. Won a Grade 1 at Del Mar earlier in the season, in the 2-year-old season. So I think with all the connections, yeah, Tenma, very, very logical. Number 4, it's Quiet Side, trained by John Ortiz. And Quiet Side, only a maiden breaking win on the resume. But other than that, a couple of seconds and a 3rd in good stakes tries. And that includes a 2nd in the Goldenrod. And I'll just remind you that last year, Torpedo Anna ran 2nd in the Goldenrod as well. So I'm not going to ignore this one with that 2nd place finish. I think there is some talent there from Quiet Side. Interesting horse for me, sitting at number 3, 5G. 5G goes out for George Weaver by Vekoma. And if you remember Vekoma, you know, during the early part of the 3-year-old season, won the 2-turn Bluegrass. So I think, you know, stretching out and playing in the Kentucky Oaks contenders playing field is within the breeding side of things anyway. Interesting resume for this horse. Debuted on the dirt, threw in a dud. Then put in 2 good turf races. And then they came back on New Year's Day in the cash run on the dirt down at Gulfstream. And 5G won that one nicely. I think, again, 5G could be a sneaky player in this Kentucky Oaks conversation early. Number 2, a couple of Brad Cox runners for me at the top of the list. And the number 2 spot is Good Cheer. Good Cheer most recently was in the Goldenrod, won the Goldenrod. Again, Quiet Side, who I have at number 4, finished 2nd there. But this was one of a couple of stakes wins that Good Cheer put together at Churchill. So is now already a stakes winner over the Churchill Strip and is 4 for 4 in the career. And again, Brad Cox has won 2 of the last 7 Kentucky Oaks. So Brad Cox with Good Cheer at number 2. And at number 1, it's also a Brad Cox runner, Mahima. This one is 3 for 3. Won the Demoiselle in New York with a 90 buyer to end her 2-year-old season. And again, we have Brad Cox, who does well in the Kentucky Oaks. We have a undefeated 3 for 3 runner that put in a solid effort to wind up the 3-year-old season with a solid number. So at number 1 on the Kentucky Oaks contender list, Mahima.